Ambiguous figures are images that can be interpreted in multiple ways, leading to perceptual ambiguity. One famous example is the Rubens vase illusion, where viewers may perceive either a vase or two faces in profile, depending on how they interpret the image. This type of illusion demonstrates the brain's tendency to switch between alternative interpretations. Anamorphic illusions. Anamorphic illusions are distorted images that appear as a series of blurry shapes. However, if you look at them from a certain angle or using special devices, you will see that they represent specific shapes or images. Impossible objects are shapes or designs that appear impossible in the real world. For example, one such object is the Penrose triangle, which looks like a 3D triangle but is actually an optical illusion. Moira patterns. These are interference patterns that occur when one regular pattern is superimposed on another to form a new pattern. They create many fine lines or spirals that may appear continuous or changeable when viewed. Motion illusions are tricks that make still images look like they're moving. They play with how our brains interpret what we see. Stare at the center and watch the seconds count down. Enjoy the sandstorm afterwards. Depth perception illusions are visual tricks that make us misjudge the distances or sizes of objects. Examples is Ponzo illusion, where objects on converging lines appear to be different sizes, and Ebbinghaus illusion, where identical objects surrounded by differently sized objects seem to change size. Size illusions are visual tricks that distort our perception of the size of objects. Look at these two lines and say, which line is longer? If you find it, I should say that you're wrong and the lines are the same. It's demonstrate how our brains interpret visual information. Color illusions are visual phenomena where our perception of colors is distorted or altered. To understand this, stare directly at the dot and don't look away. Do you see color? And if you move your eye, does the image suddenly appear black and white? That's because this image is black and white. All the colors were added by your brain. After-image illusions. This phenomenon happens due to the persistence of visual stimuli on the retina. When you stare at an image for a prolonged period and then look away, you may see a ghostly, reversed, or colored version of the original image. Concentrate on the cross in the middle of the image until perfect. Stereograms are images that, when viewed correctly, create the illusion of a three-dimensional scene or object. To see it, you should use special technique. You can't see it when your eyes are in focus. You can see it by aligning the left and right eyes with the left and right guides. Autokinetic effect. The autokinetic effect refers to an optical illusion, where a stationary point of light appears to move or drift. To understand clearly, simply look at the image. Peripheral drift illusion. The peripheral drift illusion is a visual phenomenon where static images with specific patterns appear to move or drift when viewed peripherally. The dots appear to be moving all the time, even though it's a completely still image. But notice that when you keep your gaze absolutely still, the image also appears still. The dots have a shadow on one side and a white edge on the other. The tilt illusion is a visual phenomenon where straight lines appear tilted or skewed when surrounded by other lines or shapes. This illusion occurs because our visual system interprets the orientation of lines relative to their surroundings. Contrast illusions. The contrast illusions are visual phenomena where the perceived brightness, color, or size of an object is influenced by its surrounding context. These illusions occur because our visual system compares and contrasts different elements within a scene, leading to distortions or misperceptions. Transparency illusions are visual phenomena where objects or patterns appear transparent or translucent, allowing underlying elements to show through. The Kniza triangle, where three Pac-Man like shapes create the perception of a white triangle in the center, even though none is present. Thank you for joining me on this journey through mind breaking optical illusions. I hope you've enjoyed exploring the fascinating ways our brains can be tricked by visual stimuli. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment for more mind bending content. Until next time, stay curious.